Hey everyone, Chris here from Real Rideshare Stories. If you're new to the channel and you're looking for different things within the rideshare industry, whether it's news, tips and tricks for passengers and drivers, or what actually happens on real rideshare rides, start now by hitting that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Also make sure to check the description below for other helpful information and tips. Today I have a very unfortunate story for you today coming out of New York City, where a Uber driver was beaten within inches of his life from 5 of his passengers. And unfortunately, these people are still at large and suspects and have not been found. So hopefully not only will we be able to find these people, but also for all drivers out there, hopefully you will be able to take some new measures that I will go over a little bit later and at least help reduce any risk that may be associated when out driving, so something like this doesn't happen to you. Now, this news video is from ABC 7 News and is used by Fair Use for education purposes, as well as trying to spread this news and hopefully find these people. So if you are located in the New York City area and realize who these people are, you are asked to call Crime Stoppers in New York and hopefully help find these people. And then also, again, the education purposes for taking certain precautions in order for this not to happen to you.
Surveillance video just released by the NYPD shows 3 men police are now looking for in the brutal assault on a 54-year-old Uber driver. One suspect seems to be holding back another as he goes after the driver, leaving him unconscious. They then flee the scene. This vicious attack happened on the corner of 62nd and 2nd Avenue on the east side just before 4:30 in the morning on Wednesday, February 5th. Fernando Mateo, the president of the New York State Federation of Taxi Drivers, says not only were they not notified about this assault, their jobs are getting more dangerous and drivers are scared.
He survived by a miracle of God. When something like this happens, it shows that our city is really going down the drain.
The 54-year-old Uber driver was taken to New York Presbyterian and has remained in a medically induced coma for weeks. Mateo says he is an immigrant who was working overnight hours to support his family, and his condition remains critical. Police are now looking for this group of 5. 2 women and 3 men. The attack started with an argument between the Uber driver and the group of passengers that escalated outside the car.
It was kept very confidential within the police department. It's been a month. There's no one arrested. And it's totally unfair to other drivers that could basically face the same consequences by the same people. I'm telling drivers, be careful. You know, you're out there all by yourself. You're risking your life with every person that gets into your car, and no one is watching out for you. So you must watch out for yourself.
Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers.
Again, if you are in the New York City area and you recognize one or all of these people, please make sure to contact Crime Stoppers so we can find these people and help get the driver the justice he deserves. Now let's go over a few tips that you can take in order to reduce your risk of actually getting into some sort of issue similar to this. All right, tip number 1 is always be aware of your surroundings. So whether you are pulling up to pick up a passenger and wait for them, or if you are just pulling over to wait for a new ride request, always pay attention to what's going on around you. If you see a group of people that is near you, don't just focus on them, but focus all around as well, because sometimes there's going to be people around that aren't associated with that group, and that group might not be a problem. But if you have some sort of gut feeling with a group of people, or you see something a little shady happening, you can always move. You can cancel that ride request by saying it was just an unsafe pickup, or you can just move to another area where you feel a little bit safer. But always make sure that you are always aware of your surroundings and scanning what's going on around you. Tip number 2, always keep your doors locked until you know who your passenger is and how many people they are having with them. So if you verify your passenger, you also want to make sure you verify how many people there are. So if you have a car that only seats 4 passengers and they have 5, 6, or 7 people, you can't take them, and either they're going to have to order a XL ride instead, or a second ride where you can take half of the group but not the entire group. But always make sure your doors are locked, because you don't know who is going to be coming in your car, and you don't know how many people are going to be coming in your car. Keeping your doors locked is going to make sure that nobody can get in your car without your permission. Tip number 3, make sure when you are verifying your passenger to not unlock the door and verify it with the door open, but roll down the window a little bit, so then you can at least have that interaction with them and find out who they are, but also keeping your doors locked during that entire process. Now, when rolling down the window, don't roll it down the entire way. Just roll it down enough where you can have that interaction between you and the potential passenger to make sure that that is the right person. And if it isn't the right person and they're just trying to get in your car, at least you kind of mitigate that problem of picking up the wrong rider, especially in a busy bar district or a busy area. It's going to help stop that. But it's also going to keep you safer, because if they're going to try anything during that time and it's not really your passenger, then you're at least stopping that from happening by only providing a small amount of room for them to be able to interact with you on. Tip 4. If there's any issues going on inside the car during a ride, call the police right away and make sure that you have a dash camera to record everything that is going on. Tip 5, have a dash camera. Make sure you always have a dash camera on and recording whenever you're driving, because it's going to help with a lot of different things. Any altercation that happens between passengers in your own car, or any altercation that happens between you and the passengers, any false report that is claimed, also any accident that could happen, or if you get pulled over for any particular reason and issued a ticket, even though you didn't do something wrong, that dash camera footage could get you out of it. So you want to make sure you always have a dash camera, always have it running, always have it recording, and that will help keep it safe as well. And then a side tip for tip number 5 is make sure you have recording in progress stickers, or recording and audio video recording stickers, or whatever it might be that is placed throughout the car. So then anybody who's going to try something or looks kind of suspicious or anything, it's going to be a major deterrent for a lot of people, and something like that will help, whether you have a dash camera or saving up to get a dash camera. Tip 6. Take a self-defense class, because self-defense classes can really help you in a number of different ways. Not only if there's an altercation that's happening that you need to kind of de-escalate and take a self-defense standpoint, but it also can give you more confidence during a sticky situation but hasn't gone full-blown crazy yet. So it's going to give you a little bit more confidence. It's also going to help you break down certain things so you can process it a little bit better and see what's going on, instead of just emotionally reacting versus seeing what's actually happening. So self-defense classes are going to be great for a lot of different reasons. Now, there's a lot of other tips and tricks that I could give you guys, but unfortunately the video would probably be an hour long at that point. So if you have any recommendations that I didn't say or tips, then make sure to comment below so we can get a nice list. And anybody else, just scroll through the comments and check what other people recommend and are doing as well to help stop and reduce any type of risk that they are facing as a Uber or Lyft driver. And yes, let's talk about those items that you can carry to protect yourself. It is against terms of service for Uber and Lyft, but your safety is your safety, and it's up to you how you want to do it. So if you have the ability to, carry a firearm or mace or something like that, and you feel more comfortable doing that, then go ahead and do it. But my suggestion is make sure you take some classes on how to use it properly, and also to go through high stress situations that will actually help you in making better decisions in split-second cases when you actually need to face the possibility of using something in order to help defend yourself. Now that's the end of today's video. Please be safe out there. Follow those few tips, and also make sure to check the tips from other people in the comments below. And also, if you live in the New York City area and may recognize one or all of those people, make sure to call Crime Stoppers, and let's find these people so that driver can not only get the justice he deserves, but put those people away for what they have done. Make sure to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications so you'll be notified every time a new video is uploaded. And as always, never drink and drive, always tip your drivers, and we'll see you next time.